What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit it is r/IDontWorkHereLady. Can nothing go right for me? Alright, this story's called, well, that escalated quickly. So I recently learned of this sub through r/ and Storytime on YouTube, and a recent dog adoption post made me want to share my hellish experience from last week. So a bit of backstory. I'm a veteran who suffers from major depression and PTSD. Because of this, my psychologist, I don't know, I get them confused. The therapy one, not the medicine one, suggested getting a service animal and said she'd write a letter to make it an emotional support animal until it was certified. Luckily, a friend of my mom's was giving away 3 Great Pyrenees and Catahoula mixed puppies, which was perfect for me as I herd and haul cattle for work, and both breeds are herding dogs and very intelligent, happy, and lovable. So she'd be able to help me at work and with my PTSD. The characters are pretty self-explanatory, but I'll mention that Sadie is my pup, the goodest, clumsiest pup that ever popped. Normally, my company lets me bring Sadie with me, and she'll ride in my truck or hang out in the shop with our mechanic's dog. But my girlfriend usually spends Friday through Sunday at my place, and Sadie latched onto my girlfriend immediately when they met, and they were both cuddled up asleep and looked too cute to wake up. So I left Sadie with her for the day, knowing she won't mind as she has a Great Dane and loves big puppies. After work, I called my girlfriend to let her know I was heading home. She said she was taking care of the horses. Yes, she's a horse girl, but not that kind, and she had Sadie with her, but she was just finishing up. Knowing that neither of us would want to get out again after getting home, I asked her if she wanted to meet me at the pet store to grab a service dog and training vest, because trying to train her in public is pretty hard, as everyone, very understandably, goes crazy for her on sight and has to pet her. And I figured that this vest would at least deter the sane crowd. So, fast forward to us in the large chain pet store. There's only like 2, so 50-50 chance you think of it immediately, letting her choose a few toys, and finally coming up on the collars and harnesses section we've been looking for. Cue me fitting her for different harnesses, leashes, and yes, Christmas sweaters as well. I'm starting to put up everything I had pulled out while joking with my girlfriend when I get a hard tap on my shoulder by someone with very long nails. I turn to see what I instinctively know is a very entitled woman. She was mid to late 40s, long bleach blonde hair and a ponytail, jeans that may have fit 20 years ago, although in her defense she wasn't overweight, but the jeans were just way too tight. And a button-down western shirt, thankfully with an undershirt just in case the poor buttons lost their never-ending battle with her obviously artificially altered bust line. Now, this is the type of woman I refer to as a Texan soccer mom. But for this story, I'll just call her Karen. Karen, as soon as I start turning. It's about time. I've been waiting here for at least 5 minutes while you attempt to flirt with this poor woman. Now, girlfriend hates confrontation and avoids it at all cost. But me, well, I see it as a way to joke, annoy, or just let my inner butthole shine through, phrasing. Girlfriend knows this, and as we share a look, she rolls her eyes at my smile and walks off with the pup to browse the next aisle. Really? You're just going to ignore me? I'm sorry about that, ma'am. What do you need? Honestly, she was already annoying me with her rudeness, but that's no reason to be a butthole yet. I need to know where something is. I wasn't really paying attention at this point, already deciding to have a laugh, sending her on a wild goose chase. Oh, sure thing, ma'am. Go to the end of the aisle, down 3, make a left, then a right at the next, and it'll be at the top halfway down, or something like that. I don't remember, as I was just saying random things. With that, Karen takes off on her quest to find her magic somethings, and I walk to meet back up with girlfriend, who was now in line for the one open register in the store. Not complaining, it was moving fast. Just setting the scene.
wow, that was fast.
Me, a bit proud and with a big smile. Oh, she just needed to know where something was. Girlfriend, knowing me well enough to not believe I'd help someone that was being that rude.
Really? That's it? Did you help her?
Yep, I was a bit rude back though. Karen, immediately after, almost cutting into my sentence with who I assume is the manager.
That's him right there, and he's still harassing that poor woman too. I want him fired right now. He gave me wrong directions to aisles that don't even exist just to get rid of me and to flirt with this woman more.
Me to girlfriend who is visibly annoyed with me. What? Giving her wrong directions is a type of rude? Now, Karen coming up with the manager just made me smile more, which of course annoyed my girlfriend more. But I couldn't help it. This was too funny. Store manager to Karen.
Ma'am, I've never seen him before. He doesn't work here.
And to my girlfriend.
Ma'am, is this man bothering you?
Yes, but no more than usual,
she says with a big smile on her face, thinking she was funny.
Then why do you smell like an animal?
Ma'am, that's obviously a cow smell. We don't sell cattle.
Karen giving up on the manager and turning to me.
You don't work here? Why didn't you just tell me?
Why didn't you just ask?
That's no excuse not to tell me. It would have taken a lot less time.
Yes, but it wouldn't have been as fun. Hopefully next time you speak to a worker or a stranger, you won't be so rude. Karen screeching at this point.
Where do you work? I'll call the manager there and complain about you. And she even admitted that you usually bother her, so I'll tell him about your stalking too.
Okay, at this point, we were next in line, and I didn't have any plans on staying to argue, but what she just said made me laugh right in front of her. Lady, I don't know who the hell you think you are, but let me tell you some things. One, I don't, nor have I ever worked customer service. My boss couldn't care less that I was a butthole to some menopausal old woman. 2, don't be rude to people. No matter their job, they deserve respect. And 3, what is your obsession with me flirting with my girlfriend? I got news for you. Even if I was single, I wouldn't be flirting with you. But I'd be happy to help you find someone more age appropriate. You're what, 55? Yes, I know it was a bit of a low blow since she was obviously sensitive about her age, but at this point, she'd made it personal, and I was pissed that she'd accuse me of stalking when she didn't even know my name. My girlfriend was doing her best to ignore us and pay so we could leave. And luckily, after I said this, she had her receipt in hand and we turned to leave. Karen, eyes wide and mouth agape, of course, started screaming profanities once she saw us start to leave. She followed us out into the parking lot, basket and all, with the manager following her since she hadn't paid for anything yet. My girlfriend was starting to visibly shake. She doesn't handle confrontation well. So I got her in the car and then loaded the bags in the trunk. The entire time, Karen was screaming, mostly incoherently, following me around the car while blocking me from backing out by putting her basket behind my car. At this point, a few things happened at once. First, I got into the driver's seat and started to swing my door shut. Karen tried to stop me from closing my door by grabbing it. Third, she fails to stop the door and it closes. Her hand was still on it. Fourth, she screams like a rabbit being attacked by a ferret. Long story. Fifth, I open the door so she could get her hand out. She immediately yanks it away and then did the one thing that I never expected. After getting her hand crushed in the door, this idiot tries to stop me from closing the door. Again, with her knee this time. What the fuck? fudge. She's definitely got determination, I'll give her that. Of course, it didn't close all the way this time, but I was pissed and slammed it, so it closed hard and fast, and it was probably still pretty painful. Now I'm laughing again, not at her getting hurt, but because as I looked back to tell the manager she may need help back to the store, I saw him already halfway back to the store with her basket. The entire situation was just so unbelievably absurd. At this point, my girlfriend was crying and holding Sadie really tight, so I shut my door, made sure no body parts were in it this time, and backed out. Careful not to run over Karen, although admittedly at this point it'd be a lie to say I wasn't tempted. It's been a week now, and while I expected to get a summons of a letter from a lawyer or something, nothing has happened. And that's fine because I don't think that you can get in trouble for hurting someone while they try to restrain you from leaving. I should say that no, I don't particularly feel bad about anything that happened to Karen, but I feel horrible for putting my girlfriend in this situation and apologized at least 100 times this week. We're good, but I gotta be on my best behavior in public for a while. Let a man play, but yeah, you should definitely save it for when you're the only one that has to deal with the Karenicity. But that was a good story. Yeah, that's an interesting way to have fun. Just screw with just crazy people. Good way to eventually get keyed to death. You know, soccer moms, man. This story's called The Unholy Demon Woman. I'm a huge fan of fantasy novels. One of my favorite writers is R.A. Salvatore, and especially Dries Dourdan novels. Too bad his novels are hard to get in Spanish. I'm constantly trying to get my friend to read the books and speaking about it whenever we talk about playing D&D. I know a lot about the world, races, and lore thanks to the D&D novels. Here's the cast. Nice kid. Friend. Stuff. And Karen. And she's a Karen who bears the soul and will of Ertu and his Tanari to make the world a miserable place to any human being. So me and a couple of friends were at the tabletop game store. They were looking for a new Catan expansion while I was checking the games. I saw a box of The Legend of Drizzt. A couple of boys between 12 and 14 looked at it and say, "Look, a panther and a warrior." Yeah, that's Drizzt Dourdan, the drow elf. Why is he purple? Because he is a drow. Then I explained to them the lore of Drizzt and the drow race. They knew a little, but not too much, and they were interested in playing D&D. We keep chatting while my friends were asking for some Zoids figure. When I feel it, a disturbance on the realm itself, I turned around to see a creature with the body of a beholder, the face of an orc, the malice of a drow matron mother, the soul of a Balor, and the entitlement of the Karen's deity. She was probably at the end of her 30s, crossed arms, sour face, and tapping her foot.
Finally! If you are done wasting my time chatting with those brats, I need this game.
She hands me a piece of paper.
And be quick!
I can't snap. She even snapped her fingers, a thing that I hate so much. I was wearing a black jacket, a black shirt with a merdral, jeans, and black combat boots. Pretty different from the blue shirt with the store logo the staff was wearing. I think I was temporarily stunned by the amount of Karenisms, so I didn't reply.
Are you deaf or don't know how to read? Give me that game!
I tried to be as polite as I could. I don't work here. Those are the staff members, you old hag. Now step off and stop bothering me. I failed to be polite.
How dare you talk to me like this? I'm gonna get you fired.
I just told you that I don't work here. Are you deaf besides blind, or do you have dementia?
Don't lie to me. You were explaining the game to those children.
It's called being polite. You should try it sometime. And I don't work here.
Tell me where you do work right now. I'm gonna teach you to respect your superiors.
Yes, she said superiors. I also told you to step off. I walked away to my friends and the kids followed me, but Karen did also.
What was?
I demand to know this man's name right now.
Excuse me, what is happening here? I'm the mighty Randall Thor, the Dragon Reborn. Now, Step off!
Please, calm down everyone and explain, please. Karen proceeded to rant about how rude I was, how I denied her help, how I insulted, and how she wanted to get my info to get me fired. The staff explained how he couldn't do anything besides ask me to leave if I keep bothering other clients. I tried to explain my side, but she kept interrupting me. The staff told her to let me talk, and she started to demand the corporate number to get me and the staff fired. And for some reason, this store closed. She also was bragging about how important her husband was and how we are going to regret everything.
We don't have a corporate number. This isn't a chain store. I'm part owner and you are banned from the store.
She kept her tantrum for a moment, but another staff member started to record her. She yelled about it being illegal to record her, but the staff member was also a part owner, so this was also his property.
So are you gonna leave or be viral on Facebook as a crazy store woman?
Karen tried to throw a box, but the staff stopped her and pushed her out. I explained what happened, but this isn't the end. This is the demon Karen from the unholy Karen realm. We went for some french fries in front of the game store. Then we spotted Karen going inside the store with a couple of police officers. We sneaked inside the store behind her. She threw a combination of a tantrum, demands, threats, and insults, accusing the staff and me of aggression, sexual harassment, theft, death threats, terrorism, and kiddilia. The staff just went behind his desk and told the police to watch the camera footage. Karen turned around on a bad attempt to run away, but between the two police officers and us blocking the gate, it was impossible. She yelled at us until a police officer told her to
shut up or get cuffed.
She was forbidden to be near the store, and we got an Uno game each. Honestly, what sets these freaking Karens off? Like, that's just ridiculous. This story's called, I'm Not Wearing Red. I'm actually surprised this actually happens in the real world. I'm at Target with my family shopping around the baby section when I turn around and nearly run into a lady that happened to be behind me. I mutter a quick, oop, my bad, and scurry away. Yes, I actually scurried because I'm a bit awkward when it comes to inconveniencing strangers, so I wanted to get out as quickly as possible while taking up the least amount of space. Mind you, I'm wearing a black tank top and booty shorts. Definitely not red shirt and khakis. Well, the lady I bumped into asks me where some product is, and I just stare at her before saying, I'm sorry, I don't work here. And she says, oh, you don't work here? Before walking away. So she thought someone without the uniform that literally ran away from her was an employee? Nothing crazy or mind-blowingly exciting, just confusing. My theory is that she really didn't think she was an employee, she was just asking another person that might know. And then maybe the, oh, you don't work here was sarcasm or just a way of, I don't know, saving face from looking like you made a potentially stupid decision to ask another customer where something was without mistaking them for an employee, maybe? I don't know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.